Truworths incorporates the Truworths Man, YDE Identity and Daniel Hechter brands. It has a number of in-store beauty boutiques and has prospered in recent years under the leadership of CEO Michael Mark. Truworths market cap 44.3 billion rand, dividend yield of 3.3% and a price earnings ratio of 16.6. Paul, you like Truworths, don't you?
Yeah, I like that category, and I think clothing is really what the group's mostly about. And of course, they really took the model of multi-brand store chains into the upscale malls in this country at an early stage. They also went into credit, which they funded themselves largely, and are one of the better issuers of credit in our market. They seem to have the least problems in ratio to the book. So they've got some kind of secret formula for who they give the credit to. Of course, that credit function is linked largely to a loyalty card, which gives them also all the information with regard to customer purchases and helps them stock their stores appropriately. So Michael Mark's done fabulous work there. I think the beauty element and the beauty products element of their stores is also a strength. And they've, of course, focused on those upper-end perfumes, which have a great margin. It's a loyal customer base, and you just have to buy carefully because, as Daniel pointed out earlier, there are sensitivities to the rand, and there's a big imported element there.
What are they doing right in their consumer book, effectively, and managing their credit process well? Daniel, have you done some work into this?
So the granting of credit is actually extremely scientific, and you'll see a lot of variation between all the credit granters throughout the market through different industries, looking at furniture credit, clothing credit, micro lenders. If you look through the cycles, they all have varying bad debt charges. So the lower and less variability you have in the bad debt charge, the better the book is being managed, and Truworths has always managed a very low variability in that charge. It comes back to, it's like I say, it's a very technical process, and it comes back to exactly how much credit they can grant, taking into account the margin they make on their merchandise and what the bad debt charge will take off. Not to get too technical, but Truworths has a much bigger GP margin than most of the other guys, right? So that means that they make more profit. That means they can take a bit more risk in the book because the bad debt charge won't decrease the profit as much as the other guys. That's part of the secret.
And this is good news when the South African consumer is under pressure, Paul.
Look, you know, I'm on record as saying I don't care about the South African consumer being under pressure because that's such a general statement. I've decided long ago just to ignore those kinds of comments. I know that there are people in the population who are under pressure, that much is always clear, but there always seems to be somebody that's on a new spending surge. And as far as our middle classes are concerned, I think there is a part of the market which is new, which has got credit, which is enjoying the fruits of better paid salaries and so on, that are keen to spend. You know, there's an additional 1 million members of the middle classes in this family in this country over the last 10 years, and they seem very, very oriented towards these luxury
We're going to
brands.
pick up this conversation in terms of your nonchalant stance around the South African consumer when those interest rates start going up, remembering that we are at decade lows on
but what year is that
going
to be, like 2020 or something?
Paul, we'll pick up the conversation when interest rates start rising. Daniel, let's go to Truworths, hot or not?
I'd say it's a great company, but at the moment it's a bit expensive, so I'd say not.
Paul?
Well, I did notice, speaking of expensive, that we've dabbled with this stock in our hot stocks portfolio over the months, and we've never quite caught it during one of its rising phases. But lately it has perked up a bit. It went from around 80 Rand to about 90 Rand a share, so it does look like it's regaining a bit of momentum. So
only now we're thinking about buying into it.
I'm thinking of we should be looking and being hot on this one again.